Welcome to your daily stretch. If you are new here, I'm Cassie Veith of MoveWithCassie.com, and these live classes are an extension of what we do at my fitness center in Spring Green, Wisconsin. We normally have 2 classes, one seated and one non-seated, to keep you loose and strong, like a daily maintenance for your entire body. Now in today's class, we'll be focused on posture and improving our body awareness throughout the day. You'll also feel slimmer because we'll be lengthening, and you'll also feel slimmer when you stand tall, as opposed to like this, which when you're saggy like this, there's not enough room for your organs and they just kind of push forward out through your belly. Now, I'm a big advocate of standing as much as you can throughout the day. Some of this class can be done seated, so if you'd like to begin seated, that's okay, but then you'll need to get up when we're focusing more on the hips and the knees. Just think of it as conditioning your legs and joints to remain standing for longer periods of time. So let's get moving. I'd like to start nice and tall by lengthening the spine and opening up your joints, okay? So inhale, exhale, and pull back through the shoulders and a little wider with the arms. Stomach's pulled in. Exhale, opening up those chest muscles, because these are the muscles that have gotten shortened and then will continue to pull you forward. So opening, opening. Now we're not turning, we're just stretching. As you can see, I'm doing my best to pull my arms back and back. One arm up, and I'd like you to lengthen through the ribs. Think about standing as absolutely tall as you can through the head and the neck. Very good. Now ask yourself, this is part of that body awareness, if you're pushing through your head. Sometimes, when we're looking at something like the computer or our phone, your face and your head tends to follow what you're looking at. So bring it back, up over the top. The whole time I'll just keep repeating that, lengthening still through the shoulders. As you open up these joints, you'll get a little better range of motion. Lift and pull back. Once again, stretching and trying to lengthen those muscles that are pulling us forward. All right, round your back a little bit. Stand up and pull and lift. Lengthen. Inhale, exhale, we'll round it down, and then we'll lift and throw it up. Inhale, exhale, press it down and open, lift. Once again, try to have a relaxed head and neck. Open the shoulder. One arm up, one arm down, open. Pulling back. Think about using your upper back muscles to pull the arms back. Now let's move around the clock, so to speak, opening the chest. What are you doing with your hips? I'd like to know. So putting your weight forward on your toes and slinging the hips forward is a no-no for good posture. Let's be up tall. Keep opening your arms as we were just doing. But think about having your weight more centered over your ankle so that you can feel it evenly between the pad and your heel, right around through here, and the weight should go down through your hips, knees, to your ankle. I think this is real common and slouchy. Let's not do it. All right, lengthen, 2 arms up. Okay, let's do an upper arm upper spine rotation. Okay, so as you do this, you're just thinking about like the upper third or half of your torso, and we're not dropping the arms. We're not leaning forward. We're just allowing our middle vertebra to round. All right. And the other way. and back. Hands behind the head. All right, let's go over to the side. Now as you do this, again, another posture reminder. We are stacking our shoulders one over the other. If you've allowed this to occur, let's open it back up. I'm not there to watch, but I'm pretty sure I know who you are. All right, reach over your head. Ask yourself what you're doing with your head and your neck. Try to have it somewhat relaxed, not jutting forward, and not overly tensing. I know I'm guilty of that with some of the lifting I do. I tend to find that I carry a lot of stiffness through my neck. All right, and over. Round and round. Here's a thing you can do the next time you look at yourself in the mirror. Okay, we'll round your shoulders and set your shoulders down right on top of your body. Now, it can be kind of hard to tell. Maybe you're not used to looking at what a proper shoulder position is, but if you can see the rounded back of your shoulder, that's not good. Do you see how you can see my knuckles? I'd prefer to see your thumb, okay? And when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, same thing. So roll the shoulders back, have them up on top of your shoulder cap, on top of your body, thumbs forward. Pull in your stomach. Sometimes people will overarch. Have your hips over your ankles. Roll those shoulders back and press them down. Stomach in, thumb forward. 2 fingers. Let's just push that chin back a little bit. This will help you if you do like a 10-second hold. It'll help you to strengthen these muscles back here. Doesn't mean you want to always walk around like that, but you do want to begin conditioning them for longer and longer periods of time, so it's more of a natural position for you. Our brain tends to remember things that we do all the time, and then it considers those things natural. So for many of us, let's just keep holding this good position, okay, while I talk. Many of us have gotten so used to this that I've actually had people, when I have them stand against a wall, they think if the wall wasn't there, they would fall backwards. The brain has gotten confused by what normal is. All right, we're pulling in the stomach to support the low back. Let's squeeze your bottom. Now don't tuck it under. We're standing tall, stomach's pulled in, shoulders are back and down, thumbs pointing forward. Now ask yourself about your knees. I have spoken to many men that have been in the military that when I say straighten your knees, they're concerned because when they were in boot camp, the sergeant said, never lock your knees. I suppose they were standing in the sun for hours at attention and they were told not to lock their knees. Well, I'm not asking you to lock your knees and tense up at the kneecap, okay? But this is going to shorten your hamstrings, contribute to low back pain, okay? So stand tall and then relax your kneecap. Try that. It might take a little bit to do, but you can straighten the knees, relax the kneecap, and then now let's stretch that hamstring. All right, push against your legs to get a long spine. And don't mistake an arched neck for a long spine. All right, so try to have your head neutral to your spine. Pull your shoulders back, press them down, not up by your ears. Stomach in. All right, now we'll round. It's good to do the opposite so that you are more clear about the other. All right, stomach in, stretching the hamstring. Shift your hips one way and the other. So I'm starting like this, and if I straighten one knee and then the other, I'm getting a hamstring stretch. Okay, so first I was like this, with this slight knee bend in the back of the knee, pushing, strengthening the upper back muscles. Now shift your hip by straightening one leg and then the other. This is a little bit of an easier hamstring stretch because we're not doing both of them at the same time. Okay. Good. Hopefully by now, if you started seated, you are joining us for being upright. I would like to use this chair too to do a little bit of the upper back strengthening, because standing nice and tall will only last about 20 seconds. As soon as, I'm done yelling at you or telling you what to do, you'll walk away and do this. So let's condition those muscles to hold you up longer and longer. Let's start about arm's length away from this chair, and we'll sit back again. Remember, weight is going to the back. We're not sitting straight down, knees forward. Push through the heel, and it's like magic. Gets you in the right position. Now let's extend one arm over this chair. Stomach's in, and I'd like you to lift. That's a great upper back strengthening move. Lift, lift. Keep it going. If this is too intense on your hamstrings, step back with one leg. Okay, it's more about getting you in this angle. Stomach in. Neutral head. Try not to push the head forward. Try not to lift the shoulders up by your ears. All right, let's take some of the tension off of this low back. Reach one hand over the other. So what I did, I went like this. Oh, and it stretched nicely, okay? All right, let's get back into position. We start about hand distance away, sit it back. One hand presses into the chair, the other one lifts. Lift, stomach's in. Working the shoulders and the upper back. Our upper backs are really, really weak. Lift. I can tell quite a bit when I have people squat. Their shoulders lean over too far towards their knees. Good. A few more. Stomach's in. Stomach's in. All right. And let's stretch that low back. Now lift the hand that was not moving up and reach it over. Kind of look too and enjoy that stretch that goes from your elbow down to the back of your hip. Good. That's a really nice one. I'm going to turn my chair just to show you again. We'll do each side again, just the stretch part. So let's lift your left arm up. Inhale, exhale, over. Looking at the floor. I can feel this wonderful stretch from my elbow all the way down to the back next to my spine. Now we'll do the other arm. Lift, dive it down. Look at the floor and up. Real good. All right, so what's happening with your knees again? Have you forgotten and have you started doing the slouch? Let's not do the slouch because it makes your guts bulge out in front of you, makes you look heavier than maybe you would like to look. So we'll stand tall, heads back over our shoulders. Let's hold this a moment longer. Stomach in. Round those shoulders up. Press the shoulders down. a gentle pinch of the pencil behind you, and where are your thumbs, okay? Now if you feel a little cocky like this, that's okay. It will feel more natural after a while. But if your head's jutting forward while you're pulling the shoulders back, that doesn't look good. That looks like you're ready for a fight. So let's stand tall and have the neck relaxed up over the top of your body. All right, stomach's in. Where are your knees? Don't relax forward like that. Squeeze your bottom. Briefly squeezing your bottom. Knees are straight. Now relax the knee. Don't bend it. It's straight, but it's not clenched, okay? You have to relax your bottom actually to relax the knee. That really, really helps. All right, let's work on our feet a little bit as well, but that doesn't mean we forget about the upper back. Okay, lift, lift, lift. And then we'll do a little bit for the low back. All right. I'd like you to stand fairly close to the chair. This is a little bit of a tool that'll help you to not lean forward. And if you're still leaning forward over your chair, you can walk up to a wall, okay? And so imagine there's a wall right in front of your face. You've got your toes up against the baseboard. And I'd like you to draw your leg back until your bottom is squeezed, and maintain this hold. Relax your head and neck, okay? So your hands are either on the wall or they're on the seat in front of you. Now lift your same side arm. If the wall's in front of you, just go like this. Pull it back. Gently, drawing it back. We're not forcing it, okay? You're just doing this gentle squeeze. This is like doing a Superman on the floor, but in front of the wall or in front of the chair. Pull back. Relax your neck. Don't jut it forward, okay? Relax the head and neck. All right, relax. Shift around a little bit. I'm going to turn so you can see me a little better. Imagine that I'm standing in front of a wall. Toes are against the baseboard. Draw that leg back, squeezing your hind end, stomach's in. Your standing knee is straight. Okay, so you don't have any bend in that knee. It's straight, but you're trying not to clench through the knee. All right. Draw that arm up, stomach's in. Lengthen, lengthen. Relax the head and neck. It's real easy to push forward with the head and neck to try to get the arm back. But try to be conscious of it. When you're driving, that's one of my worst. A little word about when we're driving, our seats are typically leaned back. Well, then that means your head has to be kind of forward. So bringing your seat a little more upright so that your head can be in line with the rest of your spine. You might want to give that a try. You might feel like, you're way too close to your steering wheel, but I know having your seat back like that, then your head has to come forward. And hours of that is just contributing to that hump in the back of your neck. All right, we've got a little bit more time. So let's work on loosening up the pelvis a little bit more, especially for some of us that have done this your whole life. Let's go down to the chair here. Hands on the seat. All right, so let's round. Pushing into the seat, doing the scaredy cat position, letting your head relax. Now we do the opposite. Now you'll need a little bend in the knee. Push your hands into the chair for some leverage. This will lengthen through your upper spine, and you're trying to lengthen through the hamstrings to release the spine through here. Step it back a little bit if you need to, and do a little more bend in the knee. Then you can maybe get a little more bend in your lower spine. Our pelvis can tend to lock up that lower spine and hold it captive. All right, round again. Gently, especially if you tend to get low back pain. All right. If you're coming off of an injury or a recent spasm or back pain attack, then you will want to move without any force through this particular move. You just want to move enough to get the blood in there and start loosening things up, but no force. All right, inhale, exhale. Really helps to loosen up. And then now I'd like you to hold this position, having as much curve as you can. Deep inhale and then exhale as you walk these fingers away. Opening up the shoulder. And if you're able to, you could rest your head on the seat. Keep reaching across. And round up and come up. Good. I'm going to give you a little bit of a test now for if you have a weak upper back. Okay? So this is one of the telltale signs. When I have somebody do a squat and they get to about here and they don't drop their hips any lower, they drop their shoulders to get lower. And if I say drop your hips, the shoulders get down almost in line with the hips and the knees, because the upper back doesn't have the strength to maintain an angle. The idea when you do a squat is for your shoulders to be higher than your hips. So having something like a wall or a chair to help you at first is a good idea. And then lift, lift, and lift. This particular exercise is what we did with the chair. Okay, you can practice getting maybe a little lower in front of the chair and then lifting an arm. That's a good modification. And if that was a little too hard or awkward, I show people just how to do it in front of a wall, like this. Would you see me if I walked over to the wall? So you can just have a little bit of an angle with your arms up, and then begin doing this. All right, so that's a good modification for starting to strengthen the upper back muscles. All right, let's work on the top of the feet again a little bit more. We'll start with the toes. Once again, ask yourself, take that inventory. All right, we'll press that heel down. Press the heel down. So I'm thinking the battery in my clock died. Am I near 30 minutes? And
12:24.
Okay. Let's press that heel down. I guess we got about 3 minutes left or 4 minutes left. Press the heel down. Very good. And let's stretch the top of the foot. We'll do the other side. Working your toes without your shoes on is the best way to make sure you keep full range of motion in your feet. And if you think that's not important, it is, because whenever you have tightness, you get weakness and atrophy, and that's painful. So if you have plantar fasciitis and you never take your shoes off, think about a person that wears a cast for 6 weeks, like on their arm, just 6 weeks. And then when that cast comes off, they can't even fully open up their elbow because they've had atrophy. Same thing happens with us wearing shoes all day long, every day, year after year. And then not trying to mobilize the feet. Okay, so you think, well, I don't wear my shoes 24 hours a day. Yeah, but when you do take your shoes off, do you then try to move the joints? Probably not. I mean, that's why classes like these are really helpful. All right. Daily maintenance so that your body lasts as long as you want it to. All right. I had something else. I wanted to do this particular exercise again. I really like this one. I didn't think we did enough of them. So we're standing like we're against the wall and we're drawing the leg back, squeezing the bottom, low back, bringing that arm up. And then we'll do those standing Supermans. Big bow. Stomach's in. Do not push the head forward to recruit any more strength. Let the neck be relaxed. Babies do this. You ever put a baby on the floor on its tummy? And I mean, the knees are up, the feet are kicking, the chest is lifted. Okay, he's got very strong posterior muscles, and we've lost that along the way, so let's regain that. All right, other leg, and we'll draw it back, arm up, right beside your ear, lengthen through the shoulder, and then bow it back. And we're not throwing the arm or the leg. No momentum, okay? It's a squeeze with the back and leg muscles. Very good. Let's put this aside. We'll just do some real easy circular motions just to relieve some of the tension from the new work. So it'll take a little while to condition the muscles that have been weakened. All right, so be patient with yourself. You will probably experience soreness tomorrow, but don't let that stop you. Don't be worried. It's just a matter of weak muscles being asked to do something they haven't been asked to do for a while. All right, thank you for all the feedback that I've been getting about the classes. I really love hearing how the classes are meeting your needs. And if you have any questions or movements that don't make sense, please do let me know. You can ask me right here on Facebook, or you can email me at Cassie@movewithcassie.com. Before we finish up here, please take a moment to like and hit the share button. And thank you for inviting your friends. You'll be able to invite them right here at the top of the comments section, or of course you can ask them in person. And then I'd like you guys to come back tomorrow for tomorrow's class, arm toning to reduce saggy upper arms. All right? Stay well, everyone. Thank you.